And thinking about why I wasn't, it was because I had just embarked on this journey of self-improvement and knowing myself and self-awareness, and also like a huge spiritual journey that I was on. And I think that those two things together and this sort of trust and surrender mentality, I had trust and surrender written on sticky notes everywhere. Did I necessarily think I was good enough to be this like amazing scientist doing all these things? I don't know if I really believed that, but I believed that I was capable of being good enough to do it. So recognizing, of course, like innately I am worthy, but also like mentally and physically, maybe I haven't gained those skills yet, but that's okay. I don't need to have those skills yet. From there, you can really, again, it all comes back to your why of why you want those things. Like for me, I don't feel like I don't feel ashamed or guilty for saying I wanted 1 million followers, because I know that with my platform growing, then I can impact and help more people. And that's my overall goal. Like, and so, yes, of course, like I want 1 million followers. Honestly, if I'm being honest with myself, I want even more. And that's okay to want that, but also understanding that what is driving me to even build this from the beginning, because my plan was never to be a content creator in the first place. I was just becoming a scientist, and then the content about science was taking off. It really is about helping people reach their maximum potential and giving people the information that I wish I had whenever I was younger that I didn't have. And so recognizing my why, and other people don't need to know that. And I think one of the things that I've had to really release on my journey is being understood and accepted by everyone. And when you are, I always say that being misunderstood is the tax that you pay for being authentic. And authenticity is the most magnetic energy that you could possibly have. Like you are so powerful, because that's really, if I have to name a purpose that can be distilled down to everyone, that is your purpose, to be you. Because like you came to this planet to be exactly who you are. You were made on purpose. And so that is your purpose, to be you. Being yourself and being authentic is super powerful. And me kind of being myself and sharing that, like that is me just being authentic. But also I don't feel ashamed for it, because I know my why, and I know that it's a lot bigger than me, and I know that it's going to be like helpful for people, and that's what's driving me. And there are people that and I can't speak for everyone, but there are people in my personal life that want to make more money, and they are driven by money. And I think from there, it's like, okay, but what is your why? Like, why do you want to make more money? And a lot of times it's, okay, I want to be able to take care of my family. I want to be able to have a sense of freedom and safety and security. I don't want to have to worry about certain things. And that is completely valid and okay. And I think, again, you mentioned giving yourself grace before, and that's something that I've recognized through working with people, that most people do not give themselves enough grace. We really do. And forgiveness is powerful practice, forgiving others, but also forgiving yourself. But I think that when it comes to feeling guilty or feeling shameful, I think thinking about it from the neuroscience perspective, to kind of attack from both sides here, realizing that you learned that story. Like, and that doesn't mean that it's true. And so if you feel guilty for wanting money or a specific job, if you feel like that makes you a bad person, realize that you learned that from somewhere. And that doesn't mean that it's truth. It means that that's what was programmed into you. And from there, and this is what I tell people with limiting beliefs as well, is look for evidence of the opposite. Look for evidence of people. And I have people, someone in my community was like, oh yeah, there's this guy who's super rich, multimillionaire, and he uses that money and donates it to charity and does a lot of great things. And so that's a great example of someone who has gone out and made a lot of money and then used it for good. And so of course there are the opposite side of that as well, but that doesn't mean that that's going to be you. And so recognizing that is important too.
Yeah, what I appreciate is you're such a student of your own work. Like you're testing these things out on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're creating the things you wanted when you were younger. What's the work you're doing on yourself right now? Like, what are you working on and building for yourself right now?
Recently, I have been doing a lot of re-releasing of being accepted and understood by other people. That's something that I've been writing down a lot in my journal, but also tapping back into more of my creative side. Something I live and swear by is doing morning brain dumps. So every single morning I wake up and I write for about 30 minutes in my journal, and I just write, and It's great for a lot of reasons, but also it is a great way of practicing non-judgment of yourself. If you just allow yourself to get into flow and just write in your journal without judging it, without really overthinking it, but just stream of consciousness writing, it's really kind of priming your brain for flow for the rest of the day, as well as practicing non-judgment of yourself, and getting into more of a creative state. But also, it's a really great way to observe your own patterns too. So I love kind of analyzing myself in that way. But that's really something that I've been tapping into. And also, I guess just really giving myself more grace, because the past few weeks have been insane in my life. Like we just closed on a house and we're moving and getting engaged and all that. And I think, like I was telling you, the house is a mess. We don't have furniture and there's a lot going on, but recognizing that the messy middle is proof of growth. And sometimes the in-between stages mean that you're growing and leveling up. And so giving myself grace and that, as well as, and recognizing like, okay, yeah, things are not put together right now. Like we are not settled. I feel displaced. I feel a little bit all over the place, but recognizing that means that I'm in a journey of leveling up, and is a good sort of mindset to have while doing this. So I would say that those are really some of the key things that I'm kind of acknowledging and wiring into my brain right now.
You're releasing the need to be accepted by people. What is the part of you that is craved to be accepted that you're trying to release?
So I think for me, I guess me understanding my why and understanding that I really am here to just help people in every way that I can, it's sort of tough when you see comments or get DMs from people, and people have negative things to say, or they pick on like certain things, like, oh, I can't believe that you would do this or whatever. And it's just like, damn, like I'm trying so hard to be like a positive force for good. And no matter what I do, it seems like so. And so I've recognized sort of recently that maybe it's having a little more effect on me than I would like it to. And so becoming aware of that, and now also recognizing that I think a big thing that I've realized, and I guess another thing that I've been working on a lot lately, is play and being in my joy more.